All right, everyone. Well, welcome back to Hoop to Holler with Dylan Walrus, aka the B-Ball Study Hall.
Where were you when Bam doubled his point total? Take me off the top, off the rip. What'd you think about this? Well, breaking your guy's record as well. So there's a little, I know some in the La La
Yeah.
Land are not happy about that. What say you,
Oh.
Laker fan, Bam fan? 83 points, second to
So
Wilt.
I like Bam Adebayo.
Mm-hmm.
I like him. He's been on the last two Olympic teams, right?
Correct.
Seems like a solid dude.
Yep.
Him and Asia
Defense first.
Asia Wilson, right?
Yep.
Defense first. Yeah, no, he's definitely a guy I would be super happy to have on the team that I root for.
Mm-hmm.
So I admittedly did not watch this game. Why would I have? The Wizards Heat,
Yep.
but I dealing with the kids and all that, as you
Mm-hmm.
know how that goes. But then of course I saw when I was in the middle of dinner and bath time with my kids, I got a text message
I was shooting you.
from
I
my
was shooting
buddy.
you
It
on the
was like,
group too. Yeah.
oh, on the group. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I
I
was like,
was yeah.
he might
So
get it. Yeah. I hit you up a couple times.
yeah,
Yep.
no, I saw that after the fact. A
Yeah.
friend of mine, though, he texted me and said, "What in the Bam Adebayo is going on here?"
That's a good line.
And I was like, "What?" And then I had the notification. Sorry, I'm just shooing away a
You're
little
good.
baby mosquito here. Oh, I hate them. I hate them so much. Um,
See,
I saw.
Australia Bandit.
Oh, I'm telling you. No, yeah, I suppose they deal with it down there. But anyways, yeah. I mean, it's look, a lot of people are talking about, I'm very interested to hear, of course, what you have to say about this. My perspective is this. Yes. I didn't see any of the clips, but I read about how towards the end they
Yep.
were, I'll go ahead and use the word engineering,
Yeah. Last couple
right? A
minutes.
way, right,
Last
for
couple
him to
minutes, pretty
get to the
gross. Yeah.
record.
Yep.
Okay. They were purposely fouling. Is that
Yep.
what happened? To make
Yep.
sure they got the ball
And
back,
missing some free throws and challenging a call. Yeah. They did some.
missing some free
Yeah.
throws, and the
Yep.
Wizards also have no incentive to win games right
Correct.
now, right? So it's kind of a
But they were
perfect
triple teaming
storm.
him. Yep.
Yeah. So, but look, he had to hit all those shots,
Yep.
so
Especially early.
43 free throw attempts, right?
Yeah.
And I think you share this with our group, right? That's a
Yep.
record.
Yep.
That has to be a record,
It is.
right?
39 was the
43.
previous. 39 with Wilt was
I
the
mean,
previous. Yeah.
39 with Will. Okay. And when he
Was
had
the
his 100
previous.
point game, which
Yep.
the previous record was 39, but when
Mm-hmm.
Wilt had his 100 point game, which I'm sorry, the man did score 100 points. I'm
All right.
sorry, I'm not a big believer in conspiracy theories over
I
here. Okay, I suppose that was the same day they shot the moon landing. They
I
had a 2-for-1.
well, there is video footage of the moon landing. To be fair, whether you believe it or not,
Uh,
there is no
Stanley
footage
Kubrick
of
might have
Wilt.
had a hand in that.
There's only
According to
the
some
there's
people.
only the picture of Wilt. But that's
Yeah.
maybe this is the time to have that conversation. I've never really subscribed to that either, but it is interesting when you think like, of course, the NBA is like, I don't know, stitched together with plumbers at that point, right? But I mean, it is kind of weird that there's no. I think there is a radio call I have not
hmm
listened to. Have you ever listened to it? I know that's out
So
there
I was actually
supposedly.
thinking about that to
Yeah,
myself. If
yeah,
there is a radio broadcast of it, but look, it was in Hershey, Pennsylvania. It
yep,
was not as standard, game site, if you will.
yep.
The thing for me is how many people claim to have been there when the capacity of the building, I think, was like around 6,000 people.
Mm-hmm.
I 100% believe that he scored 100 points in that game. But anyways,
Okay,
that's neither
all
here
right,
nor there.
all right.
What happened last night did happen. We have empirical evidence. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
Outside of photo. And it was really funny, by the way, how he put up the photo with
Yeah,
the 83. Like,
yeah, that's
it's
cool.
corny, but I like that.
Yeah,
Wilt had, if we accept the story, 32 free throw attempts in that game, right? So Bam
okay,
had 11 more last night, 43 field goal attempts. So for, like, in my mind, that's crazy, right? So
yeah,
43 field goal attempts,
yeah,
43 free throw attempts. So
yeah.
those
Wild.
do not count towards your field goal attempt number, if you will. So he had, like, what, 61, some odd opportunities, right, to
Well,
shoot the ball.
if you're
If
counting
you've
free, that's 86. If you're doing 43 and 43.
but you get two at a time.
Okay. All right. I see what you're saying.
You know what
Sure.
I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. Yeah. 2 point. Okay.
So,
I'm following you. Yeah.
but you hit
Well,
36 of
that's
those.
endurance in itself. The
Yeah.
feat of endurance is pretty incredible just to get that many shots up.
Yeah. 7 threes. He ended up jacking up 22. I mean, really, like, if he actually was shooting well, he could have
Yeah.
gotten to 90, maybe even approach 100. So I think it is an incredible accomplishment. I'm biased, obviously, as a Lakers fan over
I put it up. I
here.
put it up for you today too,
I
brother.
would
I put that.
I
I put that up there
appreciate
for you.
that.
Yeah.
I would lean towards Kobe's 81 being more impressive
Sure.
because the Lakers needed that game
Yep.
legitimately to win
Yep.
against the Raptors that night. And that's this point now 20 years ago. But I mean, come on, 83 points. And like I was saying to some of my students here, like today, guess what? When they crack open the record books,
Yeah, that's what's
when we're
wild.
in our rocking
Will,
chairs,
Bam,
you
Kobe.
know, and our kids are asking us about, did you happen to, right? I mean, yeah. So I think it's impressive. Is it the most incredible game ever played? No. But pretty amazing in my book. What do you think?
Yeah, I think you nailed all that. For me, it was kind of like reminded me of that 73 game night when the Dubs were going for 73 wins on the last night when Kobe went for 60 on 50
60.
shot attempts. And
Yep.
I switched over from the 73 to watch that. And it was just fun to watch this guy with unconscious disregard for any kind, which is kind of Kobe anyway, just jacking from anywhere. I think this Bam was more in that vein. A couple caveats. Yeah, he was hot from the 3-point line early. I think he hit 6 of 8 early, and then he was like 2 of 14. Fatigue. They did triple team him at times. He did get buckets. He did attack the rim. He got fouled. He was playing a G League team. I mean, that's a fact. They triple teamed him. And yeah, if you want to compare, the Kobe game of '81, it was Jalen Rose was on an island trying to guard him 1-on-1. It is weird when you think in the record books, like Wilt makes sense, Kobe makes sense, even Devin
For
Booker being up
sure.
there makes sense. But Bam is a defensive player,
Right.
and I think what I've seen more and more pushback is like there's almost this happiness that Bam defensive first team guy, grind it out, hard nosed dude. He almost deserved this. I never would have, I was into the Spurs Celtics game where Jalen Brown's getting thrown up and Wemby's going off, hitting 8 threes. And when I started seeing it, I was like, I want to get over and watch this. So I was checking it out, and then they went live broadcast from that game to peek into the Miami game. And this was like 3 minutes left to go as he was getting to the record. And you kind of start to wonder, like, is he going to hit 81 and then they're going to just pull him and kind of do a tie thing? Is he going to go for it? And he went for it. They got 83 and they pulled him out with like a minute 20 left, which part of me was like, if Spo is going this far to let him get it,
Right.
like
I
push for
agree.
90 at that point. Like, what do you, because I guess here's what I'd say, Wally. At the end of the day, Luca, SGA, Ant, Wemby, pick a dude, have a better opportunity in my mind. If Bam can put up 83, then maybe 100 truly is within contention. So that's kind of exciting, and
Yeah.
it's gimmicky. It's gimmicky, and it's also respectable at the same time. It's like it's comedy in that like you're rooting for this thing that doesn't matter at all, the wins and losses, and it totally negates the game of like team basketball. But there's this team element of like everybody kind of pining to get him the ball or putting him in a position to win that is entertaining. And if at the end of the day, if we're here for entertainment, it's entertaining. But yeah, like I mentioned to my 6-year-old, hey, Bam's going to set this record. She doesn't care anyway, but like in the hierarchy and the history of the NBA, if Bam is the second all time single point game, that's pretty weird.
Yeah.
It's just like it's just a pretty weird thing. I was
This,
surprised how much Spo went for it. Like that was the thing I called in today. That like Clay had that 37-point third quarter, but he had 60 through 3 quarters with 11 dribbles, holding the ball for like 88 total seconds.
ridiculous.
And Kerr sat him the entire fourth. And I remember at the time being like, I think I was more in the line, like, keep him in, let him see what he can do. Like, at least let him start the fourth and see how it flows. So part of me disrespects Spo that he would like do this so grossly. And part of me is like, it's kind of cool because like you have one opportunity when you're on a heater to go for it, right? So
Right.
why not see how it plays out? I guess. Do you think Kerr and Clay or Steph in those times regret not having that opportunity? I kind of wonder that now. When you see Bam do that, because it was gross. Like they were intentionally foul. They were doing some nasty stuff at the end. But to get to that point, he played his butt off and he got buckets. So it's mixed for me, I guess.
Yeah. I
Uh,
don't have a problem with it. I agree with you. And like that same year that Kobe got 81, he had 62, through
yeah.
3 quarters against Dallas.
Yep.
Literally outscored the Dallas Mavericks
Yep.
by himself
DDJ
through three
cited that today.
quarters.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And yeah, I was bummed that they didn't put him in for the fourth quarter. Like just exactly see what he could do. Why,
So
why not?
that might be the cool thing now going forward is like the next dude who's got 50 at
Hmm.
halftime or 40 or whatever it is. There might like this precedence has now been set, that like it's okay to go for it. So maybe that'll give us something, and maybe in our lifetime we'll see 100 on video. Uh,
I think that
eh,
would be awesome. And to piggyback on a point that you just made, and I share this right with our group, the fellowship. Um, I like the fact that his teammates and his coach, Spo, wanted to do this, for him.
mhm.
I think that's
Yeah,
cool. I
yeah.
really do. You know what I mean? Because they're all a part of it too. Like I
I
was
think,
there that night when
yeah, he
when
said he's going
Bam
to keep that
scored
box score.
83.
Yep, yep.
Right? Come on, that's just
I
it's
think when
just
you're watching it, it felt that way. When I was just like from the outside, like, wait, what are they doing? They're intentionally fouling and they're
right.
challenging stuff. I was kind of like, ah. So I think it is like one of those things when you're a part of it, kind of like the Kobe farewell game. Like it was kind of
Sure.
ridiculous. And like, do you remember the Haslam? It made me remember the Haslam D Wade quote unquote last game where Haslam was jacking up these shots. Like there is a
I don't
ridiculous side of
recall.
it. Yeah, but when you're watching it, you're like you kind of feel that emotion and it makes it kind of fun. So yeah, we'll
Yeah.
see what's next. Is your guy Luca going to be the next guy?
Hey man, he's gone over what 73, right? Is his number? I
Even
think he's a
even
guy.
AR maybe on the right night, right?
Yeah, we'll see about that. So
But
perfect
it's not
segue.
Braun. But it's not Braun. So tell me about that, Wally.
Perfect
Where
segue,
where are we
right?
at?
So
Where are we at here, dude?
so last night, I'm on the tired side because I did stay up last night at 8 o'clock West Coast start for the Lakers.
Good job.
Thank you. And T-Pups. By the way, it took me a long time to understand what you were talking about with that T-Pups. I was like, what
Yeah,
is going?
too many
Um,
abbreviations.
yeah, no, it's okay. Um, yeah, so that for me was the best win of the Lakers
Yeah,
season thus far.
you
It
got
was a really
blockers
ugly
recently too.
start
Yep.
to the game. They missed their first day, meaning the Lakers 7 shots, but both teams were just terrible
Yeah, it was
shooting in the
ugly. It
first
was
quarter.
ugly
It
when
was, I think,
you're kind of going to that game. You're like, all right, Bam goes for 83. Maybe Ann or Luca give us some more magic. And it was so cold. I watched
uh,
through the third quarter, fell asleep, and then caught the very end as well when the 6 month old woke up. So yeah,
there you go.
it was kind of ugly,
Yeah,
but they did it.
but the thing about the Lakers is that they actually were playing active on defense. They were playing the right way. You know what I mean? They were sharing the ball. They were moving without the ball. I mean, Luca, was certainly doing his thing. Reeves was doing his thing. And of course, they were playing without LeBron.
Do they play?
So
Do they play better defense without LeBron, Wally?
Well, I would go over. So for me, this is how I would thread this needle.
Okay,
Okay, because this, of course, is
it is a needle to be thread. It is
a
a needle to be
it
thread for
is.
sure.
It
Yeah.
absolutely is. And this is a constant talking not talking point, a constant topic
Hmm.
of this current NBA season. I think, and this is what I said last night when I was calling in after the game. I think that they have played better without him. I mean, the numbers can't
Yeah.
lie. I think
Yeah.
they've gone at this point, maybe it's like 10-4 or something like that. Like,
I thought it was 10-2 maybe even, but
10 and
yes.
2.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
something like that,
Yeah.
So they have played better with him. And yeah, our former guest here, and hopefully we'll have him on again at some point,
Beto.
Beau Duran,
Yeah.
who hosts the post-game show for the Lakers,
Great show.
use the word fluidity, right?
Mm.
There's more fluidity with
Hmm.
them. Yeah, because that's one less person you have to, defer to. So Luca's
Sure.
not going to defer. He's going to get his, right? But Austin Reeves, because that's really what this is about for me.
Yeah.
Is Austin Reeves more effective without LeBron on the floor?
Mm.
Yeah, but the needle I'm threading here is that ultimately I don't think they're a better team without him. I think they
Okay.
need to figure out how to best utilize him and utilize the three of them on the court at the same time,
Yeah.
and to split them up strategically.
Yeah.
Because that's what
Staggered.
we were talking about last
Yeah.
night.
Yep.
Staggered,
Yep.
exactly. In the playoffs, because look, man, 41 years old, he's averaging 21, 6, and 7.
Hmm.
6, 7, right? I'm in 6, 7 land right now here in middle school.
Don't envy that.
It's kind of trending down at this
As
point,
it should.
fortunately.
As it
As
should.
it should. So
Just like
ridiculous.
LeBron's defensive effort. Yep.
Ah,
Yeah.
there you go. Bada bing, bada boom.
Yeah.
Um, I mean,
He's
the
trying.
guy
He's
is
41,
still
dude. Yeah.
very productive. He's if he's not still the top guy, he's in the top, whatever, 3-5 for fast break points in the NBA. 41, 23rd season
Yeah.
is absolutely absurd. So in my mind, yes, they have played better without him. But I don't fault him for that. I
JJ.
fault the coaching staff.
Hmm.
Yes,
Yeah.
in my mind,
Yeah. I don't know how they
LeBron
haven't figured that
James
out. Yeah.
it's just he's a guy who yeah, sometimes the thing that frustrates me the most about him is how he'll put up some lazy threes.
Mm.
Like if you don't see an opportunity for you to get down into the paint, work your way towards the basket, all you got is to jack up. Just go ahead and pass the ball. Like just get mixed up. For me, if I'm the coach of the Lakers, I'm featuring LeBron in pick and roll as the screener.
Yeah.
Use that big
Yep.
solid body as a
Yep.
screener,
Yep.
roll to the basket, pop out for a shot, be maybe that, that second part of a hockey assist.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's how you could use him and allow then Austin Reeves to do what he's capable of doing. Luka's going to do what he's going to do. So yeah, no, they have played better without him. There's no doubt about that. But ultimately, if they're going to do as much as they are capable of doing, which is not going to be winning the championship, you got the Thunder and the Spurs, and then everyone
Playing
else.
better ball,
Me,
though. They're playing better ball.
be respectable. You know what I
Yep.
mean? Put on a good show. This is the Lake Show. So that's how I think about it. What about you? If there's anyone I want to hear about when it comes to the Lakers,
Oh, no.
it's Mr. Gem
Well,
himself.
I'll say like I've kind of enjoyed their season, but it's also like I've said from the jump, Luka Ball is not for me visually.
Yeah.
Like I respect his game, but I love watching AR play, and I'm with you. I think LeBron as the screener, running pick and roll with AR makes sense on paper. It makes total sense. And whether this is a failure on the coaching staff or you just simply maybe can't teach an old dog new tricks. It doesn't seem to happen in the game very often. I'm trying to visually picture when he screens and maybe either receives it back at the nail or a pick and pop where he's hitting the three, and how that fundamentally seems like it would be a perfect role for him to corner spray or attack, get downhill. I can't picture that play
because
happening.
they don't do it.
But
They
then I would
don't do
say
it. He's not setting the screens.
well, okay. So is that JJ or is that unwillingness
Yes.
or is that unwillingness on
Yes.
LeBron? But like here, you said it before. LeBron still ranks in the top 5 in transition offense. Think about that, 41.
Come on.
But that is a choice of when to disperse his energy because he does not rank in the top 5, 10, 20, 100
Sure.
in defense. And if you're the screener, that takes effort and energy. I more can in my mind's eye when I visualize Braun's play, it's more of settling for that 3-point shot you're talking about occasionally, and then transition offense where Luka might get a pass ahead and it's kind of nice. And so I think you're right. I think ultimately it's disrespectful to say they're better without LeBron. They're not. But there is something to be said about like Father Time, dude. As much as he doesn't want to say it, I'm picturing LeBron on the Warriors right now and how fun that would be with him and Steph and Draymond and Jimmy, just these aged dudes just trying their best. And what's going to happen is like the wheels are going to fall off. So why are Luka and AR? Why are they winning more without him? It's simply because it's younger legs. I think that's it. Like as great as LeBron is, he has a finite amount of energy. If he's using it for transition offense or an occasional defensive set, which I don't ever see that, honestly, I more can visualize a defensive lapse happening and LeBron blaming Rui or Aiden when really it's probably LeBron's fault. That's what my mind's eye can see. And why haven't they staggered minutes where they can use him for an effective 20 minutes when Don goes to the bench or AR goes to the bench? And why isn't he a Draymond plus? I'm thinking now, Wally, and I don't mean any disrespect. It's just not in the cards. Like you can blame
Perhaps.
JJ. I just think like LeBron, as great as he is, he's played a style his entire life. So for me and you and anybody else to expect like it's going to change this season, I wanted to believe that, but I have yet to see it.
Yeah.
Now they get in the playoffs. Perhaps in moments it can happen. Like I still think they're a dangerous out. I mean, like, could they win a first round? Like they're sitting now. Where are you sitting, Wally?
4.
You're sitting 4, and dude, it's between you,
got
Houston,
2 against
Minnesota,
Houston coming up
Denver,
this weekend.
Yeah, and Phoenix. It's a 2-game swing from 3 to 7. I don't know who wouldn't want to see them. I don't think the Spurs probably fear them. OKC probably doesn't fear them.
I see. That's the thing. Aside from those 2 teams,
maybe
I think they're capable of being any of the rest of them.
and, and Luka's still the greatest offensive singular weapon. So I will say he can win you 2 games in a 7-game series by himself. And AR looks better. What happens with LeBron this last 15 games and into the playoffs will be really intriguing. Does this injury kind of linger, I guess, quote, like that's what I'm kind of interested.
Yeah,
And if they're winning without him, do you bring him back?
right.
I mean,
Yeah, there was someone who was talking last night, and I agree, or maybe it was this morning, one or the other. Yeah, I think they should be keeping him out until they lose
mhm.
and then see where that elbow is. Yeah, I don't think
Mm.
they should be in a rush to bring him back
Why
because
couldn't he play 20 hard nosed minutes? Like what why couldn't he just
sure,
play a fraction of the time and just bust? And with the second unit, like wouldn't it be cool if he's kind of like, hey, I'll do this, but like, will he do that?
right.
I
Yeah,
and would you do that if you're him? Frankly,
it's
I know
kind of hard.
it's complicated
I would. I
because we're
myself
just
would,
humble teachers. We're not dudes that have been
Yeah.
stars since we were 14 years old. Like it's
Well,
just such a
no,
mindset.
in my mind, what's gonna help my team win? What's gonna help my team win?
Sure.
And at this point in his career, I mean, he's got the points record all time. He's
Yeah.
just passed me for all time field goals. We'll see about this injury,
Turnovers, field goal
but I
attempts as
think the
well.
odds are probably strong. Oh, sure, but the next big record he has in front of him, I think he'll probably get it. Is the most games played all time, passing the
Hmm.
Chief,
Hmm.
Robert Parrish.
Yep. Love it.
So what else is there for the guy to accomplish individually? So my thing is I don't even know. I would guess that no one's even approached him to ask him that question.
Mm.
Meaning particularly JJ, because
Yeah, it's a
I
difficult
think
It's a
he would be
difficult question.
willing to try it.
Well, he's smart, dude.
And
He
like
he
you could start him. Yeah,
like
he
I'm
is.
I'm just saying,
I,
like
I
I think
just
deep
like
down
have some imagination if
he
you're the
must be
Lakers.
considering that, like deep down. Like, and like you've played games where okay, I'm the second best dude on the court. I might be the fifth best dude on the court. Like I've played pickup games where you kind of know where you sit in the pecking order, and like
Right.
and that the thing that I don't think we will ever truly be able to understand is what is the mindset if you've been alpha your entire life and now you're beta,
Mm-hmm.
or maybe you're even option C, or D at times.
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah.
like I don't want to say the Lakers are a fraud, Wally. You guys finally have a positive plus minus. You're sitting uh,
Hallelujah.
15th, in between, smash between Phoenix and Golden State, and Golden State is in a world hurt below Orlando, Toronto,
Yeah.
Charlotte, by the way, in Miami, thanks to Bam. Um, and you can win close games. So like, I don't know, man. Like it's kind of an intriguing season. I think you've been really humble and reasonable with your like where you will be. Last year you weren't that way, which made it exciting for me to talk some trash to you. But I think you're being reasonable, and I these are limited moments of LeBron
Mm-hmm.
James playing basketball. So
Right.
I guess as a fan, I just want to see it like be uh proactive, productive, and like fun, kind of, and not be like, oh, they're better without him. That just kind of sucks, you know.
I agree.
So yeah, JJ, get
Make the
creative.
most of it.
Ron, get creative. And there is AR Luca chemistry. Not too long ago, Wally, I was kind of like, can AR and Don actually play
Mm-hmm.
together? Like, do you need to get more for AR? Do you need a better defensive running mate? But they've shown like they can get it cooking. So yeah, and you've said that from day
Yeah.
one. Outscore versus defend. And so I think good luck. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, this offseason, moving forward, if they're going to keep those two guys together, Doncic and Reeves,
Hmm.
like you've said before, what they were doing with Luca down in Dallas, surrounding
Protect him.
him with
Yeah, protect
defenders
him.
and
Yep.
athletes,
Yep.
they're going to
They
have
just
to
don't
do
grow on
that.
trees. Those dudes just don't grow on
No,
the trees is the
no,
problem.
they do
Like
not.
Rui, you do have some of those dudes, and you've been on the Kennard thing. Like Kennard's been pretty productive
Oh,
for him. I'll be surprised if it
yeah.
sustains. I'll be wrong if that sustains. I just haven't seen that sustain for that long, but could happen.
Yeah. We'll see, man. Remember, basketball, it's not a complicated game. It's
But it
not
but it
complicated.
also keeps
Move it.
us guessing, which is fun.
Yes, it's true. All right, so let's say a couple more things here before we finish up. So we want to talk a little Tatum,
Yeah. What do you
right?
think? Yeah,
I'm very
unprecedented.
impressed with him coming
Yeah.
back from that Achilles. Playing pretty well here in the first couple games that he's been back. He definitely, in my mind, is making Boston, right up there with Detroit
Are
and
they
New
the
York
favorite?
as a strong contender to win the East. They have the championship experience. Pritchard and Derek White are just relentless, particularly Pritchard. Um, Very, very impressive. I'm hoping that, all works out well for him. What about you? What are you thinking about Tatum coming back?
Yeah. So he's had 3 games now, 27 minutes. That thrown out game by JB last night, where he's tweeting from the locker room minutes after about this is the S I've been talking about. I I don't love that, I guess. But Tatum jacked up some more threes because of that, and he looks reasonable. He looks winded. He looks a little tedious, like to trust it. But like the dude is back after 200
Right.
plus days. His team is sitting second in the East with him out. Just like the thought I've been having for a long time is like compare the Pacers season losing Howley to where the Celtics are losing Tatum. It's like
Hmm.
night and
Hmm.
day, right, of where they're at. I think the Celtics are the favorite. To your point, Pritchard has been excellent. Jalen Brown is a soft MVP candidate. He wants that. He isn't really, but like we'll give him the lip service. But Derek White is
Hmm.
one of my top 5 favorite players to watch in the league. He does everything right, and I heard a stat here, Wally. He at the rim, he contests 5 shots at the rim every game, and opponents are shooting 55% on those contests, which is like the elite centers in the league have that kind of rim protection, and you're getting that from your guard. Like that's
Hmm.
unprecedented. So yeah, I think the Celts have won in the past. Missoula, as weird and I don't know, as like in some ways unkept and uncouth that dude is, he may be brilliant. Like they're playing winning basketball again, and yeah, the Pistons are a nice story. I don't believe in the Cavs. I think the
Yeah, no.
Knicks have been volatile, so it's Hornets honey or it's the Celtics for me. I'm hoping Hornets honey, like I said before. But
Oh, dude, I'm a fan of the Hornets.
it's unprecedented what he has done. I just hope he stays healthy. And
Me too.
I don't know if we get a Celtics versus Thunder finals. I know you got the Spurs going there. Like I've been wanting that for the last few years. So yeah, we'll see how it shakes up.
That's quite possible.
It's just wild that he's in it. Yeah. Do you want a quick status update of where we're at in the league or how we
Yeah, let's
doing?
do that real quick.
Yeah. So talk to me about the Spurs now. They're sitting 3 games behind OKC. Do you still have them as the team that will take down OKC? OKC's 1 in the West. Spurs are 2.
Yep,
Yep.
I do.
And then it's a crapshoot.
I
Three
do.
to 3 to 7 is separated by 2 games. That's Houston, Lakers,
Wild.
Minnesota, your T-Pups, the Nuggets, who have not really got it back together yet, and Phoenix. And then the Clips. The Clips with Kawhi have been playing okay ball. I think they're a first round out. Golden State in that 9 seed, Portland in the 10. The plan I think is going to be Phoenix. The bottom half is to me pretty weak. The interesting thing is going to
Yeah,
be, can Denver get it together in time? And you believe in the Spurs all the way. You think they are the
all the
team
way, all the
over the
way. That
even
guy.
even with that Shea double buzzer beater the other night against Denver. Is he your MVP, and you still think that they're going to lose to the Spurs?
Shea, I mean, just Shea right now definitely I think is making a strong case for the MVP. But pushing that aside, no, I think the Spurs are winning it. I really do. I think Wemby right now is as motivated as anyone in this
Yeah,
league, and I mean, just the physicality is just
and he's holding up.
unguardable. If he's hitting right, it was 8 threes, went 8 of 15.
Yeah.
If that
Yep.
guy's hitting 8 threes in a game, how are you beating that team? Steph Castle, right? One of, if
Yeah.
not your favorite players right
Favorite.
now.
Yep.
De'Aaron Fox, is getting it done. Champagne had, an off night, I think the other day, but like that guy is pretty
Vassell's been
solid.
good
Kelvin
too. Yeah.
Vassell,
Yep.
that they're deep, man. They're deep. And I just think it's their time, kind of like it was for the Thunder last season. But they're
Mm.
gonna have to, if the standings stay the way they are, they're gonna have to start, if it gets to that Western Conference Finals, which I really
Yep.
believe that's what's gonna happen, they're gonna have to start in Oklahoma City.
Mm.
But yeah, no, I got the Spurs. And in terms of the East, I agree with you. I think right now, if I had to bet, I'd bet on the Celtics getting to the finals out of the East right now, the way that they're playing. You know, it's going to
Charlotte.
shape up, like you've been saying, to be a really good playoffs.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be good. Charlotte has been top 5 offense defense since Christmas, so I'm still
Yeah.
hoping. And the one thing about the Spurs is they have not. We haven't seen a team that has gone from never being tested to the championship. Even OKC had that year where they got tested. And Shea looked a little shook, and then they came back and won it last year. Like we just haven't seen that kind of jump, but we also haven't seen Wemby.
Right.
So yeah, that could be it.
We shall see. We
We
shall
shall
see.
see, brother.
All righty, man. Always great doing this with you. All right. And I will catch you on the next one.
Sounds good, Wally. You take care.